Hi, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to discuss the worksheet 1 application of percentage, the chapter number 5. तो अब हमारे पास टॉपिक है ये एप्लीकेशन ऑफ परसेंटेज, जिसमें हम परसेंटेज के रिलेटेड क्वेश्चंस स्टडी करेंगे. चैप्टर 7 में ये आता है चैप्टर नंबर 5. तो इसकी फर्स्ट वर्कशीट का हमारे पास क्वेश्चन है, अ प्रॉपर्टी डीलर चार्जेस 2% कमीशन फ्रॉम अ बायर or a seller of the property. तो एक property dealer है that carries a 2% commission. So Mr. Lal has paid 20,000. तो 20,000 Mr. Lal ने pay किए हैं, 20,000 as a commission for purchasing a flat. Now what is the value of the flat? In this question, the thing we have to find out, we have to suppose it. So in the solutions, first of all we will write let value of flat. So value of flat is considered as x. You can write as rupees x. So rupees x is the value of the flat. Now what he says, the property dealer charges 2% commission from the buyer or the seller, and Mr. Lal paid 20,000 as a commission. Means as per the question, if we move toward the question, so 2% of what? 2% of this total value of the flat x becomes rupees 20,000. So as per the given in the statement, the 2% commission, 2% of the total value, right, is equal to 20,000. Now we are going to solve that 2. Here we have a percentage sign, so we have to change it into the 100. 100 will go in the denominator. 100 will go in the denominator. 2 upon 100 of considered as multiplication and x as it is equal to 20,000. Then what we will do? We keep x here. We keep the x here and take this 100. And take this 100 to the other side in the numerator. So we write like this: 20,000 multiplied by 100, and the other one is 2. 2 will go downward in the denominator. There is an 2. So there is a 2 in the denominator, 100 in the न्यूमरेटर. सो डिनोमिनेटर में जो नंबर है वो न्यूमरेटर में जाएगा, जो न्यूमरेटर में है वो डिनोमिनेटर में जाएगा. सो नाउ वी हैव टू कैंसिल इट. 2 ones are 2 and 2 ones are 2, and other zeros are same. So we can write it x is equal to 1. 4 zeros are there, 2 zeros are here. So this is the total value, 10 lakh. So we write as value of flat is equal to rupees 10 lakh. So that's our answer. So in this way we have solved this question. 2% of the total amount is equal to 20,000. Right, in the next question, now we move to the second question. A hotel charges 10% sales tax on the food taken. So Mr. Saxena family has taken 685 on the food, spent 685 on the food. Total money has to pay. How much money has to pay? 10% sales tax on food taken. This is the food taken, right? So let's find first of all how much money it is. 10% of the 685. So solution is like this: cost of food only is equal to rupees 685. Then sales tax. How much sales tax is there? 10%. 10% of what? 10% of 685. Right? It becomes 10%. Here percentage sign will change to 100. Right? multiply by 685, here cancels, so we get 685 upon 10. This becomes rupees 68.5. 0 we will apply because it's due to 50 paisa. So 68.5. So what is the money paid? The cost of food is 685. Then after that we have to write the sales tax. Sales tax is here 68.50. So note down this. तो इसे बहुत ध्यान से लिखना है. You have to write it very carefully. We have a sales tax in decimal 68.50. So this is 685.00 we have to write so that the decimal must be there under the decimal. So decimal must be there under the decimal, and then we can write here decimal part and the real part. Now we add it for the total money paid. So we will add that 0.50, 8 or 5, 13, 5, 1. Okay. So this is 753.50 total money paid for that food. Let's move to the next question, number 3. Let's start the third question. A painter paints 240 feet of the wall. 240 feet जो wall उसने paint कर दी है, जो 48% है किसका? Total wall का. ठीक है? And we have to find the area of the wall. So which we think we have to find? We take it as suppose let area of wall is equal to x square feet. This is the area of the wall. Then 48% of the total wall. 48% of total wall area is equal to 240 square feet. Right? So 48% of total wall area. 48 percentage, we apply here 100 in the denominator of multiplication. Total wall area means x is equal to 240. So now we have to find the variable value x. So here the 100 will go up in the numerator and 48 go in the down in the denominator. So we will write it in the next step. X is equal to 240 multiplied by 100 divided by 48. Here you can apply the formula of 24. 24 tens are, table आएगा 24 ones are 24, so 24 tens are, and 24 twos are 48, we know that, and 2 fives are 10. So we have our answer is 500. So x is equal to 500. Now we have to write that the area of wall is 500, and also mention the units. So ये जरूरी है, otherwise you will lose the marks. So square feet, area of the wall is 500 square feet. Now let's the next question, number 4. The salary of a person was increased by 15%. Now is this, what is the initial salary? So we have to calculate the initial salary. We take it here. Let initial salary is equal to rupees x. So this is the initial salary, and it is increased by 15%. So this is salary increased by 15%. Yani 15% of x, that means 15% of x, that is the increment. Increase, that is why we have applied here plus. So after increase, it becomes 9936. First of all, with the help of the statement, we have changed this in equation x from here in the initial salary x. Here 15% of x. Written here increased by 15%. So salary increased by 15%. So 15% of total salary becomes 9936. His salary now is 9936. So this will be placed here. Now we will solve it. X plus 15 upon 100 of his multiplication and x is equal to 9936. Now we take the LCM here. 100. This is 100x plus 15x is equal to 9936. Then what we'll do? We'll add them. 115x upon 100 is equal to 9936. Then what is the value of x? X is equal to 9936 multiplied by 100 divided by 1, 1 and 5. Right? So in this way we reach here. Then we move further with the cuttings. So we can use here 5. 5 2s are 10. 5 3s are 15. And 5 2s are 10 and 0. So we get this. What is 9936? We will divide it with the 23. हम इसको 23 से divide करेंगे. We will divide it 23. तो 23 2s are 69. तो 23 3s are हम 4s are try करते हैं. 4s are 4 2s are 8. 4 3s are 12. 1 carry 4 2s are 8 or 1 9. 92. So we can apply here 92. So 492. What is left here? 73. So this 3 comes down. That 9 is 2. 9 minus 2 is 7. So 73. Now 23. 23 3s are 9. 3 2s are 6. 69. So we apply here 3. 69. 13 minus 4 because 3 is less than 9. So 13 minus here is becomes 13. 13 minus 9 is 4. So this 6 is 0. 46 downward. Now 23 2s are 46 and we get the answer 432. So 432 multiply by 20. These two things are divided with each other and then we have to just multiply it. X is equal to, so we multiply them, 0 as it is here, 2 2s are 4, 3 2s are 6, 4 2s are 8, 8640. So initial salary is rupees 8640. That will be the answer. So in this way you can solve the question number 4. This is increased by 15%. Then take the LCM and get the value of x. These two things are divided here. That is what 23 we get 432. 23 ones are and 432. 432 multiplied by 20 get 8640 is the initial salary. Let's have a question number 5. In a co-educational school, 45% of the total students, 45% total students, that is girls. 440 are boys. Find the number of girls in the school. We have to find the number of girls. For that we have to find the total. How much the students are, how many students are there. So suppose the total percentage, what is the total percentage of students? If we take the total percentage, it will be 100%, right? So total students होंगे वो 100% होंगे. So 45% are girls. Percentage of girls 45%. Then percentage of boys, it is 100% minus 45%, that becomes 55%. 55% are the boys percentage. Now let the total students, here we will take the total students as x. Now we have given the 440 boys. So 55% is the percentage of boys. So 55% of the total students are the number of boys 440. Note on again, percentage of boys. Girls are 45%, boys are remaining boys, that is 55%. Now the total students are X and the 55% are boys, so 55% of the total students. 55% of the total students is 440, any number of boys. Again we will do the percentage calculations here. So 100 will go there in the numerator and the 55 go here down in the denominator. Then we will take the help of the 11 table of 11. 11 5s are 55. 11 4s are 44. Here is 40. We can also write here 5 to the 10 20. So 40 into 20. So X is equal to 800. So number of students becomes 800. 800 are the number of students. Now we have to find the number of girls. So number of girls is equal to 800 minus the number of boys 440. So this gives the number of girls. 0, 10 minus 4 is 6, and here is 7, 7 minus 4 is 360 girls. So these are the girls we have. Right, so in this way total percentage we take the 100%, girls are 45%, boys are 55%, total students X, 55% of X is given 440. So we will get the total students here. Total students from we are to find the girls. So girls are total student minus the number of boys. We get the number of girls here. Now in the next question number 6, potato seller sells 70% of the total potatoes. Total 70% he has sold, and then still have pending 150 kg. So we will again start with this total percentage. What is the total percentage? Total percentage again it is 100%. We know that well. Now sold percentage. What is the sold percentage? It is 70%. So remaining percentage is 100% minus 70% is equal to 30%. Right? The 30% are the left. So that means the 30% R is equal to 150. So let total potatoes is X kilogram. Total are there X, and now the 30% of X are the total, 30% is the remaining जो left है remaining. 30% of X is equal to 150 because this is the potatoes left. So left means the remaining potatoes is 30%. 30% of the total is 150. Again we will do the calculation of percentage. So here we get the 15 to 10, that gives us the 500. So therefore find the weight of the potatoes. Mean weight of is equal to 500, and apply the unit also, 500 kilogram. So that is the answer. So listen it again. Total percentage is 100%. sold percentage is 70%, left is 30%, remaining percentage, the remaining amount left 30%. So total potatoes X, 30% of this total is equal to 150. You have to keep in mind this thing. 30% of the total is equal to 150. 150 are also the left with them. So in this way you can find the total number of potatoes here, 500 kilogram. So that are the 5th and the 6th questions. Now moving toward the 7th question. In Rohan's birthday, 90% of his friends came but didn't come. That are 3. Here it is written as 3. 3 didn't come. So total number of students we have to find out. First of all, the same way, we add the total friends percentage. Total friend percentage is 100%. Always it is total is 100%. Or came on party, that are 90%. Okay, did not come on party, that are 100 minus 90%, that is 10%. So 10% of his friends didn't come on the birthday party. And we have given the number also 3. So that means if we take, let number of friends is equal to X and the 10% of the X. That means the 10% of the total students, total friends, 10% of the total friends didn't come, did not come. That are 3. Right, here we apply again the percentage method of solving. 100 go upward, 3 multiplied by 100 upon 10, cancel, so 30. So therefore, total number of friends is 30. So this is the total number of friends. So we have taken the case where didn't come is equal to 3. 10% of the total friends didn't come. That is equal to 3. Now in case of 8th, quiz competition, Ravi gave answers of 70%. Though same thing is there. Total percentage is 100%. Gave the answer. How much? 70%. Failed to give the answer. That is 100% minus 70%, that is 30%. So 30% questions he didn't have given the answer. Now what is that number? Failed to give the answer of 6 questions. Total number of questions asked. So let total number of questions asked. How many questions are asked here? X. Now didn't answer, failed to answer 30%. Means 30% of the total, right? Failed to give the answer of 30% of the total, that is equal to 6 questions. That is 6 questions. Now we will solve it. 30 upon 100 multiplied by X is equal to 6. X is equal to 6 multiplied by 100 upon 30, 0 cancel with 0. 3 ones are, 3 twos are, so 20. So that means total number of questions. Total number of questions is equal to 20. So that is the solutions of the question number 7 and 8. Now we'll move towards the last question of this worksheet, number 9. So that is the Question number 9. Out of the class of 45 students. Here we have given the total students. Total students we have given 49 and 5 are absent. So total students we can write here as total students 45, absent 5. Absent students 5. So remaining कितने रहे? What are the remaining students? (45 minus 5 is 40). So main is the 40 students are there in the class, right? Now 30% of the remaining failed to do the homework. So total percentage is again the same total percentage, that is 100%, right? Failed to do. Failed to do homework, that is 30%. So students who did the homework, percentage of students did the homework, who have completed the homework. How we can find 100% minus 30% is equal to 70% have done their work. So 70% of the students have done their work. So what is the number of students did the homework? So 70% of the total that have done the work. So students did the homework. 70% of 40, because 40 is the total number of students we have, and the students who did the homework, that is 70%, we just directly apply 70% of 40. So 70 upon 100 multiply by 40, zeros cancels, and 7 4 are 28. 28 students did the homework. So this is the last question of this. So keep in mind, we have to first remove these 5 absent students. We need only 40 students to calculate. Total percent is 100, failed to 30, remaining who have done their work 70%. So we will take 70% of this total 40 and we get the students who have did the homework. So this is your first worksheet of chapter number 5. Thank you.